What's up, guys? Zaid here, and today I've got a dueling book replay for you. I was in the ranked ladder, and I'm testing the SwordSoul Tenyi deck, trying to just like learn the intricacies of it. And I actually played against a mirror match, and so there are two main reasons I want to go over the replay. One, because on my turns, I felt like there were spots I misplayed, and I want to be able to talk about those spots so that I learn about the misplays. And two, the dude, I think it was the first game, maybe first, maybe third. Spoiler alert, it goes to game three. But one of the games he made a play I thought was really cool, and I want to talk about it so that I remember it for the future. So that being said, I'm gonna just get right into it. He won the rock paper scissors, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like going first with this deck. I feel like when I go first, a lot of the time I just win. And I opened Desires, Ash, Valor, Adhara, and Ecclesia. So we're like really fine with this hand going second. This is a really good going second hand. Then he has Imperm, Adhara, Mo Yi, Long Yun, and SwordSoul Sacred Summit. And real quick, this card is interesting to me. This doesn't really matter in regards to the replay, but I was just thinking earlier today. In my Prank Kids deck, me and my Prank Kids deck IRL, I just put Bell in the side, and I don't think there's not many places to Bell in this matchup, but I could Bell this, so that's kind of interesting. But I'm going on with this. He's going first, and he's gonna lead with the Mo Yi. I Valor it, and then he's gonna special Long Yun. I feel like it's just probably correct to Valor this. I don't know what else I would do, to be honest. I wish that this card could be negated by something. Also, it's interesting that he didn't just lead with the Long Yun. Because if, say, this play went through, he was in Nib range. And I personally like playing around Nib a lot. Like, I really value having the Baron before the Nib. But maybe there was a reason for him to do it this way. I'm just not sure of what it was. If y'all know, let me know. Oh, but this is the game where the cool play comes up. So here, he uses the Long Yun. And he's going for an 8 instead of for the 10. And he's going to go into Ji Chao. And I didn't realize that Shi Chao... Oh, damn, he draws the order off Mo Yi. That's kind of insane. But I didn't realize this card could banish from deck. I thought it had to add. And so him banishing the Blackout is going to let him summon a token. And then that token is going to let him extend with the Long Yun. So that's the main thing I wanted to point out game one with his play is that I want to do that. Like, that's a good play for if your Mo Yi gets addressed and the only extender you have is the Long Yun. But I'm going to burn or get burned for 12. He's going to set order, set Imperm, which made my hand go from really good to really bad. Also, this Ash just doesn't feel that good in this matchup. I don't really know where I should have used it. Like, I guess I could have traded it with the Mo Yi draw, worst case scenario, but that just doesn't feel good. I know there's times where it's good. Like, if they open Desires, it's fine to trade with that. If they open... I don't know what else they play. Maybe, like, Ashina I could trade with, but that card, it doesn't trade with that efficiently because, like, they already got a link out of it. But back to this. I drew Blackout. Not very good. Desires. Gets met with Order. Da-da-da-da. And, yeah, that was kind of rough. I special out the Ecclesia, which is maybe incorrect. Maybe I was supposed to add Hara first, but I think I was thinking I would have it to reveal for Mo Yi, but I have Blackout. So I don't need something to reveal for Mo Yi. So I think that was a pretty bad play. Yeah, because here my Mo Yi just gets negated, and what am I doing? Like, I'm not. This Blackout, I'm going to set it anyways. I don't really like scooping. I could just gather more data since there's not a time limit. But, like, my SwordSoul Blackout's just going to get negated by Baron, which means on my standby, this just tags out and gets something else. And, man, I'm just not in a good spot here. He draws Vessel. Doesn't matter. He has Order. But I activate the Blackout. He negates it. He attacks for 3k. I have one chance to draw something good here, and do I do it? No. So I think I just scoop here. Yeah. So that game wasn't it. Game two, though. We get to go first. It's always nice going first. I think I sided out the 3 Ash Blossoms for 1 Imperial Order and 2 Judgment. So looking at my hand, I have Adhara, the Water Tenyi, Long Yun, Imperm, and Emergence. Looks like I'm leading with Long Yun, which when I have these hands full of Tenyis and SwordSoul starters, it's really confusing to me which ones to lead with. Because, like, I mean, I don't think there was really a play amongst just these two Tenyis, but maybe I should have specialed this first. My thought process here is that, like, this is going to turn into the Baron if it resolves. And then this is going to get Mo Yi. Although technically this would probably get Taiyeh if this is resolving. So yeah, I probably should have specialed this, but I don't play any rank 4s, which I think a rank 4 would be kind of cool with this card. Because I special this, summon Taille, then negate it, I can overlay for, say, Dweller. Then I'd have Dweller Baroness, which would be kind of insane. So maybe that's worth putting in the extra deck. I'm going to consider that, but in the current state of the deck, I don't think that it would have been too worthwhile to summon that. But here I go into the Baron, then I activate Emergence for Taille. And the reason I think I like the Taille play here more is because Taille will banish, summon the token. The banishing makes Adhara alive. And then when I make the Synchro 8, I could search the summit, and then I can send Mo Yi, and I get access to Mo Yi anyways. So doing this just lets me get an additional negate on board. And it banishes the Long Yen to go in hand. So this just feels like the correct play. Especially because I'm nib-proof here. And so we're going to go into the Chizao search, and then also send Mo Yi. Activate Summit, Reborn Mo Yi, reveal this card. So here, yeah, looking at it, I definitely needed this in hand. So I think I played correctly. This, specialing this, if I had something in the extra deck I could make, like a rank 4, would play better through interruptions, but we're assuming I'm summoning this, and then it negates the interruption that would stop me from playing. So yeah, I feel like I did this fine and dandy. But here we make the Adamantipator link, or Synchro. Gonna get to draw, and then set 2. And so now I have 3 monster negates, 2 spell trap negates, and he's got 6 cards. So I don't really see a world where he's winning this one. Also, this was a big misplay I made. I keep forgetting you need to do these effects when you have tokens, because you have to have a non-effect monster. And at Hara specifically, anytime you have a token and a guy banished you want, I think you just like shotgun it. Like I should have done it once I resolved Taille to banish, because this doesn't lock you in anything like Ashina does. Where's my water? But yeah, so I think that's when I should have done it. Luckily, like I still have it as follow-up for later. And I don't think there's a world where he cracks this. So he's going to Desires, which I'm going to negate. Reason being, like I have 5 interruptions to 6 cards. It takes 2 Tenyis to be able to make something I need to negate. And then he can have 2 starters that I would have the ability to negate. And I'm just like golden. So I feel like negating that and stopping him from getting 2 cards is just right. Then he's going to chalice the Omni negate, which is probably correct on his part. Cosmic trades with a infinite impermanence. But again, like all these cards are trading 1 for 1. And I still have 2 monster negates. He's got a Long Yun and 2 dudes. And so like what's he really going to summon here? I think the play he goes for, right? He pitches the Adhara, specials this dude, makes a token, and he's going to go into this guy. This dude is pretty big, so it can beat over anything I have. And if I were to use Chizao, it banishes, so it procs his effect. And so I think that's why he made it. It just like trades really well with these cards. It has destruction protection. And then I think when it would die, it could banish. So this card just, if I play him properly, it's going to get a lot of value. So it kind of puts him in a position where he's not doing well right now, but it puts him in a spot where if I play wrong, he can gain some advantage. And then also he makes a pretty cool play attacking the Chizao instead of one of these. Even though he's boosted, if he would have attacked one of these, I was going to impermit and we were going to equal trade with our guys. But instead he hits that, which I think might have been correct. I draw Taille. I use Baroness in the standby phase. Summon out Mo Yi. Mo Yi reveal the Shathana. I can't pronounce that really. So Water Tenyi. Summon a token. I was gonna Adhara, but I remembered that I can't. And so luckily he didn't like try sharking me there. But I go into Baxia, bounces guy, and he just scoops it up. So game 3. He's gonna be going first. And this game I took out the I sided in last game 1 judgment, or 2 judgment, 1 order, and this game I sided those 3 back out, but instead of putting ashes in, I put in evenly. Evenly will at worst trade with one of its negates, and at best it'll like clear a bunch of stuff off the board. So I thought that was a fair card to put in. And Ash, like I said, game 1, it didn't really help me too much, but he drew Ash, Vishuddha, Vessel, Desires, and Summit. I drew Adhara, Ashina, Vishuddha, Imperm, and Emergence. And so he leads with Vishuddha, and then he's going to activate, or he doesn't activate anything yet. He links, he activates Vessel. And then because he controls a non-effect monster, he's going to get to add a Tenyi as well as sending a worm. So he dumps Ashina and adds Adhara. He's going to special Adhara. And then Ashina effect, special out Vishuddha. And then go into the Baxia. Baxia effect, pop, special. Here, I thought about like imperming this. And if he would have summoned a Chizao, I was going to imperm it. But seeing that he's going to go for the Chao Fang play, I figured I'll just save the imperm because A, I could trade with the Chao Fang 1-for-1 with the imperm, and I also could just bounce it with Vishuddha, so I have this to stop any follow-up. And so I let the play resolve because you look at it like he's got grave advantage here, and like Adhara is going to add back the Ashina, so he has 4 cards at the end, so this was a 1-card investment. And I'm going to be able to equally trade with that with just an imperm and then play. Or just a Vishuddha and it still be an extender because I'll have the link 1. Then he desires, banishes. Looks like none of his banishes matter. Oh, there's one more. Oh, he banished the order. I mean, it's good that he banished that instead of drawing it. And draws Blackout and Vessel. Which Vessel might be nice for his follow-up, but Blackout isn't going to do much here considering I'm going to like pounce. I'm going to try to bounce the Vishuddha. So he goes Sacred Summit, bring a guy out. Make the monk. Add Ashina. Alright, so looking at this, I should have read that this was Blackout in the game. Because why else would you trade a Sacred Summit for Monk of the Tenyi? Other than to make your Blackout live without having to pop your Chao Fang. So yeah, I think I should have had the read on that, but it's whatever. He specials out Vishuddha, I special out Vishuddha, and then we make the link 1. Vishuddha effect, bounce the Chao Fang, saving the imperm so that if he has follow-up, I have the follow-up for that. Then I'm going to special, activate Emergence. That gets ashed, normal Ashina, and then he's going to pop my 2 dudes. And so now his board is cleared. I tell him we're both playing the Tenyi Mirror at this point, which we kind of are. Like, none of us got to resolve a SwordSoul card. I link into the link 1. I'm going to use Ashina effect to special summon out Adhara. I'm going to link, or first Adhara back to Vishuddha. Link those 2 into Shaman. Shaman pitch Ashina. Go into the, what's it called? Tenyi Spirit Adhara. And then link these into the big dude. Draco Master of the Tenyi. I don't know how relevant this card was to make here, honestly, because he's not like an interruption, but my thought process was that he can't be destroyed by battle with effect monsters, so he's probably going to get to stick. The imperm is hopefully enough to negate what he's got going on. I know he's got an Ashina, I don't know the Vessel, and so as long as he doesn't draw crazy, imperm is just like enough to trade with that. He draws Strike, which he just sets Strike passes, and then I draw the Ecclesia. So I normal Ecclesia. I'm going to use its effect to summon out Mo Yi. Activate Mo Yi. Reveal Vishuddha. Special the token. And then I'm going to go for my Synchro Summon. Or I guess, yeah, actually Ashina first. Look, in the replay I'm learning that I'm supposed to do it when I have tokens. Although here, oh my lord. Oh, dude, that would have been sick. I should have used Vishuddha, banish, target the set. That would have played around that really well. Oh my god. Yeah, that would have been nice. Because then I banish, bounce, and then the synchro goes through. Whereas here I try to synchro and he's going to strike it. If I would have bounced it, that was just game there. Damn, that's smart. And so here I'm going to Vishuddha now that I didn't do it to bounce to make Monk. And then I'm going to use Adhara, add Adhara. That way, these 2 are just a follow-up for the next turn, because if he outs his board, I just special Vishuddha, normal Adhara, make the Chizao. And then I'm just going to hit for 36. And then pass to him, he draws Mo Yi. He summons Mo Yi, reveals Ashuna, and I'm going to imperm it, and he just scoops. And so, even though I made some misplays that match, I still took the match. I'm sure he made some too. A big thing that I'm like thinking about now that I didn't even think about during the duel is that if I would have just Vishuddha bounced, that was like over the turn before. I mean, like, I was still in a good position. It doesn't matter in the sake of winning or losing that duel, but that knowledge is important. I think I'll use Vashudas to snipe back row going forward. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the replay. I felt a little mouthy on this one. I'm talking a lot because I just played this duel recently, and there's a lot going around in my mind about it. So if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe. Take it easy.